Hey, Crete Public Schools. It is Friday, February 10th, and it's time for your weekly update. Man, we have so much going on in Crete Public Schools, so many things to celebrate, but I do want to highlight just a couple for you. As we enter this last kind of home stretch here of our winter season, just a huge shout out and congratulations to all of our winter activities. So much success on and off the field, just amazing. Also, we know at this time our fine arts are just putting in a ton of time into their productions and spring concerts. It's just amazing how hard our students and staff work and how dedicated they are to their craft, and I just love that. I want to give a shout out to our girls wrestling team, qualifying sixth for the state tournament, which is just awesome. Again, so many great things happening at Crete Public Schools in the activity realm that it's just difficult to name them all. So just be on the lookout. You can always see what's happening on the calendar on the website, especially as we head into the spring. Again, as we get into productions and concerts, I just hope that you can find some time to enjoy the many talents our students and staff have. Now, over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about safety and the protocols that we use to ensure that our students, staff, and our community can be safe. So we've talked about a hold, we've talked about a lockdown, and today I want to talk about evacuate. So in an evacuation situation, it's just that we are evacuating a school building to one of our dedicated sites. Now, our primary evacuation site is Doane University. And I'm so thankful for our partnership with Doane that all four of our schools can use them as an evacuation site. Our elementary is a little different as we kind of have a transition inside, and then we can be able to bust all elementary kids up to Doane University in an evacuation situation. The other thing in an evacuation situation is depending, but more than likely in that situation, we would reunify or you would come pick your student or students up at that evacuation site. Of course, all of that would come out in district messaging given the situation. But again, just letting you know that a hold, remember, you might hear kids talk about a hold. A hold can be used for a variety of reasons. It just keeps kids and staff in classrooms. It's business as usual. Lockdown, probably a very intense situation. It's locks, lights, out of sight. So our students and staff are locked in the classroom. They are, again, locked doors, lights are off, they are out of sight, and they're quiet. The only way we come down or come out of a lockdown is by law enforcement coming into each individual classroom and letting us know that we can do that. And then evacuation. And so those are the protocols. We do have two more. We'll get to those next week. Now, last thing I want to talk to you about, if you haven't driven down Iris, just north of the high school there, our practice field project is underway. So we are adding 2.5 practice fields there for a variety of reasons. Primarily, we are out of space for all of our athletic teams to practice, especially when we get into spring with soccer, football in the fall. We just need that practice field space, and so we're fortunate that we're able to do that. Everything seems to be on schedule, and those should be ready for student use in the fall. Now, just as important is what those practice fields are allowing us to do is think about what do we want the next steps of those projects to be like. We know that we have a great track and a great football field down by the intermediate school already. So how do we leverage those? What could that potential project look like in terms of lighting and bleachers and parking and all of that? But before we can do any of that, we know that we had to get these practice fields in place. So that's what's happening up there. Again, please reach out anytime via Let's Talk if you have questions about that. Would love to have a conversation with you. Finally, one more celebration to end this update. It is National CTE Month, or Career and Technical Education Month. So just a huge shout out to our CTSOs, our Career and Technical Student Organizations, FBLA, FCCLA, FFA, Mrs. Coe, Mrs. Bright, and Mr. Carricker do a phenomenal job with that. And again, just so thankful for the opportunities that they provide our kids to promote leadership, to work on personal development, and to be involved in our community. Those are all great skills that we want all kids to have. And so just a huge shout out to those career and technical education teachers. Thanks for all that you do for our kids. Again, as always, if you have questions, comments, concerns, reach out via Let's Talk, and have a great weekend and go Cards.